Welcome, soul sisters. Welcome to the Soul Powered Woman, SHEmagic Sisterhood. I am so happy that you are here. So happy that we're getting started together. And I have been putting this information together and integrating it all into this course for probably 2 decades now. So you're going to have my expertise from being a psychotherapist, my expertise from being a yoga teacher and running a yoga studio. You're going to have my expertise from being a chiropractor. You're going to have my expertise from studying with Dr. Donald Epstein and epi-energetics and learning about the quantum field and how the quantum field affects our bodies. We're going to be integrating Dr. Joe Dispenza's work and the way that he's influenced me in my life. Kali Ray Tri Yoga has been a huge influencer in my life, and so it's just so rich and full of wonderful stuff for us to explore and experience together as women on this path. And I'm so excited, and I'm not claiming to be this mega expert and know everything about women and the feminine, and I'm on this journey with you, and maybe I'm a few steps ahead, and maybe I've been able to compile it in a unique way that represents my own signature, but we all have our way and we all have our own signature, and I just want to really say that in the beginning of this course, that we're all in it together, and that the sisterhood tribe, our soul sisterhood tribe, is really going to be growing the magic, the SHEmagic that we developed together. So welcome aboard, welcome into the portal of SHEmagic. You'll be getting in your inbox the course will be coming to you, and there's 7 modules which correspond to the 7 chakras, and it starts with the first chakra, which is about getting grounded and being relaxed in our bodies and our being. The second is about sizzling our sensuality and learning how to be sensual beings again. That's the true raw, real feminine. And then the third is about connecting with the power of our potential. The fourth is letting love flow. The fifth is being expressed and letting ourselves be heard and really hearing others. The sixth portal is about initiating our intuition. And the seventh is this larger connection, which is trusting in the treasures of tribe. So, and in each one, there's 5 parts. So it's kind of like a compass. And that's the 5 directions. It corresponds with the 5 directions of the sacred medicine wheel. So we'll be starting in the east. And in the east is the element of air and the mind. And in that direction, we'll be doing subconscious quests, which are these deep psychic style meditations where we'll be able to go into your psyche and start pulling out stuff that is influencing you in your life that you likely aren't even aware of. Then we're going to go from the east, we're going to go down, and we're going to go into the element of transformation. And in the element of transformation, we're going to be working on shadow work. Shadow work is basically anything in our psyche that we haven't been able to be with, we push away, we reject, and it shows up in our relationships where we might be overreacting, or we might act like a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old in a situation when we're 40 something. And so we'll be energizing the charge from our shadows, which is honestly some of the most profound work I've ever done in my life, and I've always been scared of it, and finally I just faced it head on, and since doing that, my whole body is like soft and free and clear, and it's just so powerful. And so I've created really specific shadow work for each of the 7 portals, and I'm so excited about. And then we move up through the wheel, we come over here to the west. The west is the element of water and the element of emotion, and in that area we're going to be working on ritual. So how to create ritual, feminine ritual. The feminine loves to ritualize things, to ceremonialize things, to make things beautiful, to make things important and special, and that's part of what energizes us, and that's part of our feminine guidance system. And then we're going to go up, and we're going to be working with the element of earth, the element of our body. I'll be giving you some yoga poses. I'll be giving you some ways to take care of your endocrine glands. Each of your 7 chakras has an endocrine gland associated with it. And so we'll be going into each one and doing some healing work there. And then the center of the wheel, which corresponds to like the umbilical cord, how we're connected to the universal umbilical cord, is really the center of the medicine wheel. And in this, we're going to be exploring service and contribution, because the feminine operating system it wakes up when it's in service. It wakes up when it's contributing. And so for each of the 7 chakras, we have specific service and contribution invitations for you to get involved in your community, and to get involved in your community as a whole as part of our sisterhood. And then we'll also be having 7 live Zoom calls together. I call heart council calls, where we're going to be sort of going over what's happening in your life, what's happening through this course, what's going on, and supporting one another. And I'll be teaching you some tools on how to really free yourself of the charge of things you've been holding on to, that you've learned in this patriarchal world culture, to not share, to keep in, to hide, and to shrink really your freaking big feminine energy, to make it small, to fit in with everyone. And also, just before we get going, I want you to just to know that there is a time for all of it. There's a time for our masculine to be like fully turned up. So if you can imagine a dial that you can fully turn up, sometimes we need that masculine to really be on. Sometimes we need that feminine to like really be on. And most of the time, in the world, in the big world, in the big culture out there, it's not safe for your feminine to be like turned all the way up. And so we find what dial to turn our feminine energy and our feminine guidance system onto, dependent on where we are in the world. But in this sacred space, I'm holding a container for the feminine to be held, to be safe, to fully come out, and to fully flourish and thrive. So it's a very special, sacred domain for us to play in the safe way, and to turn the dial of our feminine way up and see what she's all about. So I love you all. I love that this is happening. I love you all. And I look forward to all that we're going to be creating together in SHEmagic. Blessed be.